Before you buy that one-way ticket, let me tell you about Tom, 58 years old, sold his plumbing business in the UK, divorced, kids grown up, decent savings in the bank. Tom landed in Pattaya, full of energy, nice condo, new motorbike, dating a girl from Isan, living the dream, right? 6 months later, I found him drinking at noon, staring at his phone, looking exhausted. Nothing's real here, he told me. Not the smiles, not the relationships, not me. This happens way too often, and it's not because Thailand is a scam. It's because most men arrive with 2010 expectations in a 2025 reality. That $2,000 live like a king budget now barely covers basics. The dating scene everyone talks about, completely transformed. The visa situation, much stricter than before. This video isn't selling dreams, it's a survival guide. And yes, I made a free Thailand survival checklist, links below. But first, let me walk you through what no one tells you before you buy that one-way ticket. Let's clear something up right away. Thailand in 2025 isn't the Thailand people were raving about 10 years ago. Back in 2015, a $2,000 monthly budget could get you a beachfront condo, motorbike, daily restaurant meals, and still leave you with spending money. In 2025, that same budget barely covers the basics: rent, food, transport, visa costs, with not much left over. I met a Canadian guy last week, been here 3 months, already planning to leave. The YouTube videos lied, he told me. I'm burning through my savings twice as fast as I planned. Rent has doubled in most desirable areas. Want something comfortable, modern, and quiet? It'll cost you. Electricity adds up fast when you're running air conditioning in a tropical climate. Imported food costs triple what local options do, and most guys don't realize how quickly those Western comforts destroy their budget. Hell, I was spending 4,000 baht a week just on imported cheese and coffee before I caught myself. Even the dating and nightlife scenes are different now. More online, more options, more awareness. Your Western passport isn't the golden ticket it once was. This doesn't mean Thailand isn't worth it. It just means if you're coming here with outdated expectations, you're setting yourself up for frustration. Thailand didn't get worse. It got smarter. The question is, are you adjusting with it? Let me show you exactly what happens to most men during their first year here. Not the fantasy, the pattern. It's almost always the same timeline. Whether you're 35 or 65, single or divorced, months 1 to 3, the honeymoon phase. Everything feels amazing. You're eating out for every meal, smiling at every tuk-tuk driver, filming sunsets. You're probably dating someone or multiple someones. The money feels like it's stretching forever. You're messaging people back home. I should have done this years ago. This phase always feels incredible, but it never lasts. Months 4 to 6, the friction phase. Reality starts creeping in. The plumbing's annoying. Your condo is louder than you thought. That perfect relationship starts showing cracks, either requests for help or sudden disappearances. You're still navigating visa extensions. Immigration isn't particularly friendly. And the heat? It's not charming anymore. It's just hot. You're not on vacation now. You're living here, and it's starting to hit. I remember my first water bill shock. The landlord kept saying, "My pen rai, no problem." But my bank account definitely had a problem. Little things pile up, months, 7 to 9, the identity dip. This is the danger zone where most men break. You're no longer a tourist, but you're not really part of anything either. You start asking yourself, what am I doing here? Your routines feel loose. You start drinking more, sleeping later, drifting. The loneliness hits hard, and this is when guys start making their worst decisions. Months 10 to 12, the crossroads. One of two things happens here. You crash or you stabilize. If you've built habits, structure, and good relationships, you start to settle in. If you haven't, you start numbing yourself. Or worse, you start blaming Thailand for not living up to your fantasy. This is when most men either quietly leave or quietly give up. Let me know in the comments if this timeline resonates with your experience or if you've seen something different. Why am I telling you all this? Because I almost left too. Not because of some dramatic scam or disaster, but around month 8, I hit this weird emptiness. I had money, freedom, sunshine, everything I thought I wanted. Yet I found myself waking up at noon, walking to the same cafe, scrolling for hours, no direction, no purpose. I remember thinking, is this it? This can't be it. The thing nobody tells you about moving to Thailand is how disorienting unlimited freedom can be. You think you want no responsibilities, no schedule, no obligations, then you get exactly that and realize it's hollow unless you build something inside it. Nobody tells you how strange it is to have no one to answer to. I wasn't depressed, I wasn't struggling financially, I just didn't know who I was anymore. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe some guys really do thrive in complete freedom, but I doubt it. And if I'm honest, I probably would have gone home if I hadn't made three specific changes. I built a consistent morning routine. I got serious about fitness again. I stopped chasing quick highs and focused on long term structure. Thailand didn't change. I did. And once I made that shift, this place became something else entirely, not an escape, not a fantasy, a real life, one that actually fits. That's why I stayed. And that's why I'm making this video. Now, let me show you the mental checklist that could save you from ending up like Tom. Most guys prepare for the move with surface level stuff, flights, condos, SIM cards. But that's not why they crash. They crash because they didn't prepare their mindset and their money. Let's start with the mental side. The questions you need to answer honestly before you book that flight. Why are you really moving here? Not what you tell others. The real reason: loneliness, burnout, boredom. Nothing wrong with that. Just be honest with yourself. I met a guy in Chiang Mai who kept saying he moved for cultural experiences, but after a few beers, the truth came out. He couldn't handle his ex-wife's new relationship back home. He wasn't ready to face that, so he hid behind travel blogs and temples. Can you be alone for a week without losing your mind? No apps, no distractions, no dopamine hits. If not, you're going to latch onto the first girl or first bar that gives you comfort, and that doesn't end well. What does your day look like if no one needs you? No boss, no friends, no family expectations, just you. What keeps you grounded? What gives you purpose? Men who can answer these questions thrive here. Men who can't, well, you saw what happened to Tom. Have you thought about these questions? Drop a comment below if you have, or if there's another question you think should be on this list. Now let's talk money, because this is where fantasy meets reality fast. Can you survive for 6 months with zero income? I'm talking 260,000 to 400,000 baht, 8K, 12K USD sitting in your account, liquid, not tied up. If the answer is no, delay your move. Thailand punishes people who cut it too close. I know one American guy who arrived with $4,000 total. 2 months in, his bank card got compromised. While sorting it out, he ended up washing dishes at an expat bar just to make rent. Not exactly the dream lifestyle he posted on Instagram. Do you know your real monthly costs? Bare bones lifestyle equals 45,000 baht per month, 1,200 US dollars. Comfortable living equals 70,000 to 90,000 baht per month, 1,900 to 2,400 US dollars. That $2,000 budget you've heard YouTubers talk about, that's bare minimum now, not luxury. Let me break down realistic 2025 monthly costs. Decent one bedroom in a good area, 12,000 to 25,000 baht, $370 to 800. Utilities with regular AC use, 2,000 to 5,000 baht, $60 to $150. Food, mix of local and Western, 15,000 to 20,000 baht, $450, $600. Transportation, 3,000 to 8,000 baht, $90 to 250. Visa runs, extensions, 3,000 to 5,000 baht, $90 to 150, average monthly. Basic entertainment, 10,000 to 20,000 baht, $300 to 600. Health insurance, 3,000 to 5,000 baht, $90 to $150. Got backup financial access? When your main card freezes, and it will, and you can't log in because of two-factor authentication issues, you'll be glad you prepared. If these numbers surprise you, or if your budget doesn't match up, it's time to rethink your timeline. Let me walk you through the exact red flags I've seen destroy men's Thailand dreams. Comment below if you've experienced any of these. She moves in too fast. You meet her on day 1. By day 5, she's sleeping over every night. By day 10, she's calling you my husband and asking if you can help with something. It feels romantic, it feels special, but check your pace. If you just left a divorce or came from a place where you felt invisible, attention feels like love. But love isn't built in a week. And once you start giving, it's hard to pull back without drama. My friend Mark met a girl at a coffee shop. 3 weeks later, she lost her job and needed help with rent. 6 weeks in, she needed money for her mother's surgery. By month 3, he'd spent 180,000 baht on a woman he barely knew. When he finally said no, she disappeared completely. You're always paying more than locals. You think you're getting a great deal. Then you realize the guy next door pays half for the same room. This happens everywhere. Rent, motorbikes, bar tabs, grab rides, SIM cards. Ask locals what they pay. Use Facebook groups. Check Google reviews. You don't need to chase the Thai price, But you should know when you're being taken advantage of. You stop doing hard things. This one's quiet but deadly. You wake up later, you skip the gym, you scroll more, drink more, drift more. Thailand's easy to live in, but that comfort can slowly strip away your edge. And when a man loses his edge, everything else follows. There was a British guy in my building, former marathon runner. After 6 months here, he couldn't walk up 3 flights of stairs without getting winded. The ease of delivery apps and cheap beer had completely transformed him. You start hanging out with bitter expats, they're everywhere, and they'll find you. Guys who've been here 10 years but haven't grown in 10 minutes. They'll tell you how everything's a scam, how the country is falling apart. It sounds like wisdom, but it's just recycled pain. If you hang around that long enough, it becomes your story too. You're always reacting, never planning, scrambling to fix visa issues, chasing a girl who's pulling away, jumping between cities because this one didn't work out. If you're always reacting, never planning, that's a major warning sign. You're not building a life, you're surviving one. Which of these have you experienced, or what red flags would you add? Let me know in the comments. Not everyone crashes here. I've seen plenty of men build incredible lives in Thailand. They look different, they act different, they approach Thailand differently. Here's what they do. They build structure, even without a job, wake up time, gym, language class, projects, hobbies. It doesn't matter what the structure is, as long as it's consistent. I know a 60-year-old retired accountant who thrives here by walking 8 kilometers every morning, attending a Thai class twice weekly, and volunteering at an animal shelter on Fridays. Simple routine, but it anchors his entire existence. They learn just enough Thai to connect, not to show off, just to show respect. When you can order food, ask directions, and hold a basic conversation, people treat you differently. They don't get lost in cheap dopamine. They keep the phone time low. They're careful about who they spend time with. They stay clear of toxic expat circles full of complaints and gossip. They have a purpose beyond pleasure. Maybe it's writing, teaching, building a business, training Muay Thai. Doesn't matter. As long as it gives their days momentum and meaning. They're honest about why they came, not the filtered version, the real reason. If it was heartbreak, they face it. If it was burnout, they heal. If it was boredom, they pursue depth instead of distraction. Thailand rewards that kind of self-awareness because this country doesn't give you meaning. It gives you space. What you fill that space with, that's on you. Everything we've covered is in my free Thailand survival checklist PDF, but it also includes the exact monthly budget breakdown by city Bangkok versus Phuket versus Chiang Mai, 5 visa strategies ranked from easiest to most sustainable, a relationship boundary checklist. Print this before your first date. My personal morning routine that saved me from the month 8 crash. Download it and keep it on your phone. The link is in the description. If you use it and it helps you, or if you think I missed something important, let me know in the comments. Your experience might save someone else from making the same mistakes. If you're still watching, you're probably not the average guy. That's a good thing. Thailand's not for everyone, but for the right person, with the right preparation, it's one of the few places where you can build a life that actually fits. Just don't rush it. Don't romanticize it. And don't come here without a plan. I'm not here to sell dreams. I'm here to show you what's real. This is Real Talk Thailand. See you on the other side. Peace.